lost the lead.
Hey guys, it's EggSen here, and today we're going to talk about sniper rifles in Destiny. Sniper rifles are one of the weapons in Destiny that will take the most amount of skill to use, and because of this, many people just try to use shotguns, sometimes fusion rifles or sidearms. Sniping is a hard thing to learn, however, once you start practicing, you'll realize it isn't as difficult as you once thought. From my experience, there is one sniper in the current meta that you see in competitive play like Trials of Osiris, and that's the 1000-yard stare. That's not saying that people don't use others, however, the 1000-yard stare is definitely the most common one I see. And there is a reason for that. The 1000-yard stare is able to snipe people who are immediately revived by a teammate. It kills through overshields, and it can kill people in their middle of the super. These reasons are some of the reasons why people would want to use this gun. However, other types of snipers are still good. Every sniper will be able to one-shot headshot even the lowest impact class. So if you really like a faster rate of fire, it's still good to use in something like Clash or Control. However, in today's video, I want to focus on the legendary sniper that people just keep wanting to get that perfect roll on. Now, what is a perfect roll on the 1000-yard stare? Well, this is definitely based off of personal preferences. However, there are definitely certain perks to look for. The 1000-yard stare that I use, I don't mean to brag or anything, but it's what I believe to be a perfect roll. On the 1000-yard stare, the first thing that you get to choose is the scope. On sniper rifles, you want to go for a lower zoom scope because in Destiny, you'll almost never find yourself in the longest range situations. Most maps and areas inside of Destiny are close to mid-ranges, and even in further ranges, short zoom scopes do just fine. So if you have a scope like the ambush or short gaze, you'll be set. Personally, I have the Longview SLR-10 scope, which even though it may sound long range, is actually a pretty short zoom scope. Next up we have our first main perk. If you can here, go for something along the lines of Grenadier to decrease grenade cooldown time after kills, or if you really love to use it, Unflinching for reduced flinch after being shot. The next choice that you can get on this gun is really just overall gun modifications. If you can go for anything to increase range, choose that. Range is definitely the most important stat to upgrade here. Finally on this gun, you get the main perk. Hidden Hand is the perk that I have on this gun, and what it does is it grants better target acquisition. Target acquisition is not something like bullet magnetism, and it won't help you get any clutch MLG no-scopes. However, what it does do is it allows your crosshair to stick to a target for longer while dragging your crosshair over them. And as much help as this sounds, it's way more useful in competitive PvP. Now, while on the subject of PvP, why should you use this gun over others? Well, for starters, this gun is definitely a great option for killing people immediately after being revived, making it harder in events such as Trials of Osiris to keep your numbers up. In game modes such as Skirmish, this will be able to get you more kills, and therefore, more points. So you'll definitely want to use a weapon like this in 3v3 play, but in the 6v6 Crucible, all this gun really has going for it is that it can kill people in the middle of their supers with one shot. Even though this is true, it's still pretty tricky to pull off. And you have to be a pretty precise shot, because if you get a body shot, they'll know exactly where you are, and they'll be coming right for you. So, really in 6v6, use whatever sniper you feel most comfortable with. Now, for PvE, the 1000-yard stare is definitely a reliable option. However, there are other snipers that will be better than this one. One such is the Black Spindle, which is an exotic sniper rifle with a higher impact and can deliver a lot of damage through a long period of time. The only reason to use the 1000-yard stare in PvE is if you have a different exotic weapon you want to use, such as the Zalo Supercell or the Bad Juju. But even though there are some better alternatives, the 1000-yard stare is one of the best legendary PvE snipers right now to use in Destiny. With all that being said, the 1000 Yard Stare is definitely a great all-around PvP and PvE sniper rifle. It really shines when it gets into 3v3 PvP, and in almost every PvE activity, it does great. The only PvP aspect where it would do bad is when you get into 6v6 PvP, because without revives, you just have a lot of overkill. Any type of sniper can one-shot to the head, unless light advantages are enabled and you're under-leveled. But besides those extreme cases, the snipers will always one-shot headshot. And this sort of trend has always been inside of Destiny. It's always been the high-impact snipers that people would gravitate towards. And there's really not that many unique aspects about other snipers to make people want to use them. And that's really kind of the sad thing, considering 3/4 of the snipers that you get in Destiny will just get thrown away because they don't have that right impact stat. But that will be it for today's video, guys. If you liked the video, please do leave your support with a like. If you have any sort of suggestions for future videos, leave a comment down below. And if you really love the video and you want to see more content like it, make sure to subscribe for more Destiny content in the future. But as always, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.